Hi everyone, this is Team A. I'm Lin. Today I will cooperate with Robbie and Liang to giving out a deep presentation of password checker. We all know that the development of internet has offering uncounted opportunities for people, especially for children, to learn. It is a rich and rewarding source of knowledge and a medium that empowers creativity and imagination for the generation to come. However, the importance of gathering the minors to choose right passwords seems to be ignored. Hence, our team developed a password checker aiming at informing and empowering children to make good decisions when choosing right password. In this presentation, we will be giving the overview of checker and evaluate with reference regarding the test case and the choice of password. Video will be given. Hopefully, we will make a positive guidance for the user to generate proper password.
We will now give a brief overview of the password checker and the evidence we found to back up the design choices that we've made. In order to develop the password checker, we referred to various sources of information to understand what makes a strong password. Geringer discusses what was traditionally considered good password practice, namely that they must have both upper and lowercase letters, use a combination of letters, numbers and special characters, and also must be of length 7 to 8 characters long. However, these are considered fairly old standards by today's standards. Therefore, we include a function that would check the password against words found in a dictionary and relate the information back that this is bad password practice. The system we've created rewards the user with a rating. The stronger the password, the higher the rating. The functionality could act like a game for the target audience of children, competing against the system to try and get the best rating possible. Design choices were made to allow the user to input information such as username and pet name. As in a survey carried out by Cassidy and Reed on children's password practices, they found that kids believe that these are good choices. The system will compare these text field entries to the password and inform the child that this is bad practice. When informing the children of the strength of their password choices, we made sure to use clear, concise language, as many sources stress the importance of using clear and concise instructions so that young children can understand what is being asked of them. We also included a pop-up window that gives the user simple, helpful tips in selecting strong passwords, but also informs the user of bad password practice in the form of last year's top 10 worst passwords. These design choices built on work by Bravo et Lillo, who found some success in informing users of the consequences of security decisions. This is highlighted in our use of both pop-up information window and the rating system that the whole program is based upon, as discussed earlier. We will now play a short video that goes through some of the test cases that will hopefully show our design choices in practice. When the password checker is ran, we are greeted with a user interface that allows the user to input 5 text field entries: username, password, your first name is, your last name is, and your pet name is. This is so that if the user decides to put in any information in these text fields that are the same as the password, as discussed previously, we would let them know that this is bad password practice with a lower rating. This is shown here in our first test case with apple.com as the username and apple.com as the password. When the user hits test the password, he is told that the username should never be used as a password and the password level is 11 and the password is very weak. Moving on to our next test case. When apple.com is put in as a password alone and the password is tested, the password length, the testing password is rated 61 and the password is average. Similar to what happens when the username and the password are the same, if the password and the pet name is the same, we will just see what happens here. When you test the password rating for that, the user is told it is a good length of password because it's quite a long one, but the result of the testing password is 20 and the password is weak because the pet name should never be used as the username, or the password should I say. When the Knows More button is selected, there is information for tips for a strong password and the top 10 weakest passwords. This is to give the user some information on what makes a good password and what to avoid when choosing a password. For the next test case, the user inputs the word Goose Island as the password, and when the password is tested, the testing password rating is 64 and the password is considered average. If one letter is changed to a number, we'll see that the password, when it is tested, is a much higher level. Its password level here is 88 and the password's very strong. When Goose Island is entered again, but the I is replaced with an exclamation mark and the password is tested, it is even stronger still. We will now go on to discuss a reflection and I kind of look back on how we got on developing the program, if there were any limitations that we found that we'd like to improve on if we had more time, so on and so forth.
Now we are moving to the reflection part. Our program do have some limitations which could be improved if we do have more time to develop our software. The first thing is our software could be only run on Windows 7, 8, or 10 operating system as a platform. Secondly, there only English characters and special symbols could be allowed as password for our program to check, which means other language are not works for our software. For example, like Germany or Chinese or Japanese character or Russian. And thirdly is checking the misspelled word. So because our programming is facing to the teenager or to the child, which means they have like very big opportunity to misspell the words, and it is good to have a method which could suggest them whether this word suggest them which word they would like to write down or would like to say to warming them. And if we gain more time, so it would be beneficial for the program to run on various types of device, such as mobile phones or tablet or on the website, rather than just on the personal computer. So for the broader group of the young people, it could be possible to access for our program. And also, if we do have more time, we could extend our password checker for more characters, which could include in other languages as a password.